Everything Gwenny, and today it's Foodie Friday, and so today I'm just gonna do something simple I really like lately. It's something called overnight oats. I used to really like hot oatmeal, but I never have the time to seem to make it unless I make it in the Instapot and then warm it up in the morning, which I also do quite a bit. But sometimes I just want something easy to eat in the morning, and so I prepare it the night before, and this is really good for that. So you can use, most people use a mason jar. This is just an old classical pasta sauce jar that I've cleaned out in the dishwasher, so I can use this. And sometimes I just use these Ziploc plastic containers as well, whatever works for you. I really like these ones. I know people don't like plastic a lot, but I just find these are really easy to wash. So I'm going to use this one today. So basically, it's really simple. So I add the dry ingredients first. So I use this. This is the gluten-free Bob's Red Mill rolled oats. And so I need a 1/4 cup of this. So I've got my measuring cup here. And I'm just going to fill up a 1/4. Sometimes I go a little bit over. Okay. And then I just put it right in this container. Just like that. And the next thing I like to do is I add chia seeds. I add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. So a tablespoon. Fill it up and dump it in. Quiet Rome. He still doesn't like me talking. Alright, so that's the dry ingredients. And then I add the wet ingredients. So I add 1/4 cup of yogurt. I use the Yogo Probio. It's lactose free. And I think this is just a plain flavor, so there's no flavor to it. Sometimes we use the, sometimes we can't find the plain and we get the vanilla as well. It makes it a little sweeter, but it's not a big deal. I think some people like to add like additional sweeteners like maple syrup and stuff as well. No, I don't add any of that. So just go back to the measuring cup and I just scoop in enough until I have about a 1/4 of this as well. So everything's basically, for the 3 main ingredients, it's a 1/4, a 1/4, a 1/4. So 1/4 of oats, a 1/4 of yogurt, and then a 1/4 of your beverage that you add. Okay, so there's my 1/4 of a yogurt, and I'm just going to add that in there. Scrape it all out. This is why I do the yogurt before I do the milk, because then the milk kind of helps me get that yogurt out. So then I'm going to get my milk. I forgot to pull it out of the fridge. So this is the one I use. I think you've seen it in my other video. It's the fortified almond coconut beverage. So it's a mix of the coconut and the almond together. And so again, you just need about a 1/4 of a cup of that. Stir it around and get some of the yogurt off, and then I just pour that in as well. So other than that, this is banana overnight oats. So this is just the basic oats recipe right there. I also add a teaspoon of cinnamon. I usually add that at the end. Let me just mix it up a bit. Forgot to pull my cinnamon out as well, so let me just reach up here. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is the one that we got, I mentioned in the other video, that we got from the old health food place. It was a big, huge container. It's almost gone though. And then we'll switch to the Simply Organics probably. And so we just fold this all in. And then, so this is the basic recipe here. Then I like to add 1/2 of a banana. So what I do is I get the bananas, the organic bananas, and I let them sit on the counter until they're pretty ripe, because I can't handle them when they're too green. And then once they're pretty ripe, I cut them into half and I freeze them. I haven't started baking them yet, but I've heard that's a good idea for people that have digestion issues as well. One day when I have the energy, I'll do that. So when they're frozen, I take them out and de-thaw them. So this one, I probably, I don't know if you can see, it's a little glare. I probably left a little too long. It's a little too dark that I like, so I'm not going to use this one. This one's going to go in the green bin. But here's one that's only been left out for a couple days. It's still very brown, but that's okay. I just don't like it black. This is still very healthy. And it's not too raw, and it's just ripe enough. So I'm just going to put this in the measuring cup because it just makes it easier for me to mash it if it wants to come out of the bag. Alright. And then I just use a fork and I just mash it up inside this measuring cup. Again, it picks up all the milk and the yogurt that was kind of in here. So just doing everything pretty much in one container saves on dishes as well. And then I just take the mashed banana and I just scoop it in like that. And then I just stir everything all together. And it looks a little funky, looks a little gross. And the first time I tried it, I was a little nervous, but it's actually really delicious. I really like this. And it's always ready for me in the morning. And it can sit for a couple days. I would let it go for maybe 3 days maximum. I probably wouldn't let it go much more than that. But you can see inside, if I maybe move the spoon out of the way, it's just, it looks like this interesting mixture. But so it's the oats soak in all the liquid overnight. The way I do mine, it's still slightly liquidy in the morning. So I don't have to worry about adding additional milk. Some people say if it's too solid, you can add additional milk, but I've never had to do that. So that's it. You just put it in the fridge, and then in the morning you can put it in a bowl if you want, or eat it right out of here. Most of the time I just eat it right out of here. Once I made a triple batch by accident. Instead of doing a quarter, I was just thinking 3 quarters, and I did 3/4 of each, so I made like a triple. That lasted me through 3 days, so then I was scooping it out and putting it in a bowl, obviously. So yeah, that's it. So I'm going to put this in the fridge. I believe you can leave it for about 20 minutes and still eat it, but I pretty much almost always leave mine overnight. So I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I will see you in the morning for breakfast. Okay, and here is the banana overnight oats the next day after I've just taken it out of the fridge. You can see it's pretty solid in there. So I'm just going to scoop it out and put it in a bowl, and that'll be my breakfast. I'll see you in a minute. And there we have it, a nice bowl of banana overnight oats. As you can see, it makes quite a bit. Sometimes I even have trouble finishing this. And as I think I mentioned before, some people might add more milk to it. If you want it more liquidy, I don't add anything to it typically. You can always add fruit to it as well, like more bananas, strawberries, whatever you like. Again, I just like mine pretty simple. Since I'm still not quite sure what's bothering my digestive system, I try not to add too much. So yeah, that's it. And it's very delicious. I hope you try it. If you do, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. If you have any tips or tricks of things that you like to make. I know there's lots of different overnight oats recipes. What's your favorite one, if you have one, if you've tried it before? I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And subscribe. I can't even talk today. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Feel free to leave me comments like what kind of videos of mine you like the most, what you'd like to see more of. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.